Okay, sixth grade orchestra. We are going to be working on Old Joe Clark. This is page 33, number 132 in your Sound Innovations Method book. This is the cello tutorial, and I would like to go ahead and play this song for you up to speed, and then we're going to take some time and break down individual components of it, making sure that we are able to practice this all the same way and make sure that we're all paying attention to the same details. In other words, being on the same page about everything. So here is Old Joe Clark all the way through. By the way, I'm going to repeat each line, so I'm going to actually make this a little bit longer. You'll see what I'm talking about. Here we go, Old Joe Clark. Line one again. Line two. And again, line two. And you can put our tag on that. Whoops. That works really well. Now, before we start playing this one, let's get tuned up. Here's your A string. Your D. The G. And of course your C. Now this song does use your A, D, and G strings. So it uses 3 of your 4 strings. It does not use the C string. However, we do play the note C on the G string. Hopefully you can hear that ring. If you play that C in tune, your open C string will ring with it. So again, that sounds like this. Just like we've talked about in class, called sympathetic vibration. So we tune the C string anyway, even though we don't use it, because it helps us to play our other notes in tune. All right, by the way, that also works on this C. Not as noticeably, but you will hear it. Hopefully you can hear that overring. That's the C string ringing along with it. Kind of a cool thing. Physics and science in music. Wow. Exciting stuff. All right, here we go. So into the song now. I played it at the Allegro tempo. We're going to play it a lot slower right now, because remember, super slow, deliberate practice is the best way to get the best results. So we're going to take this very slowly at the beginning and just a few measures at a time. Here's the opening part of it. Here's the first measure. So we want to make sure that that's in tune. I'm using a second finger for C natural because my key signature says all my C's are natural. I don't want to use a C sharp. That's not the song at all. Make sure that it's C natural. And if you have tapes on your instrument, remember that's between the first and second tapes, that exact midpoint. You can find it. All right, and so then it walks down from there, B to A. G. Now my F is a sharp. Well, how can that be? There's no sharps in the key signature. That is true. So that sharp sign is what we call an accidental. And so you want to play a third finger on the F sharp as opposed to the second that you played on the C. So we have to change our finger patterns. It's different on the A string than it is on the D string. All right, so that again sounds like this. sharp. So I'm going to use a second finger, 2, 3, second finger to third finger. All right, so that again together sounds like this. You'll notice in the first ending, it starts just like the beginning, and that's an up bow. So that whole note gets 4 beats, and you just use the entire bow to get there. So use a nice long, slow, drawn-out bow for that to happen. All right, so that whole first phrase sounds like this. F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then of course I take the repeat. Let me start the second time through on the first line. So I'm going to go to the second ending this time, starting at the beginning. Second ending, we're going to slur D to F sharp. There's that third finger again. Here's that note, the C. Did you hear it ring? On the G string. And then open D at the end. So that sounds like this. You may even practice just those 2 measures multiple times to really get the feel of crossing those strings. Now notice in the second line, that particular second ending is exactly the same. All right, let's take a look at the second line now. There's C again. So that's all pretty straightforward. Notice on the first ending of that line, again, that might be a place that you want to take a little extra time just to get used to the string crossings. All right, I'm going to play the whole thing up to speed one more time, and we'll sound hopefully like this in just a few more practice sessions. Second line. Okay, we won't do that yet, but that comes later. Anyway, have fun with Old Joe Clark, and look forward to seeing how you're doing on it.